Dale Robinson spent some time in prison, and now he is a husband, he's a father, and a motivational speaker, as well as an entrepreneur. And he is dedicated to breaking the cycle of incarceration. And he joins us live tonight from Kentucky. Dale, we appreciate your time tonight. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I want to talk about the solutions in a moment, but first I want to focus on the why. So you just heard Evan say violent crime up 30% in Washington, D.C. alone, homicides in D.C. highest in 16 years. So what do you think is fueling this, not just in D.C., but in so many of our cities?
I really think one is education. You know, we're not really digging deep into this education thing with these kids, you know, because if you look at the statistics about kids that really have the good education, they're less likely to be violent. And second is, you got to think of how many kids' fathers or parents are actually in prison. And, you know, sometimes it might be their way of acting out, of just trying to get attention. I'm sorry. That is another way. The reason why the violence is really up, because if you look at kids that really have both parents in the home, the violence is really down. And also just actually getting to their mental health. Mental health is very important, and actually give them something positive and constructive that they can do with their time versus just being out in the streets, running around with gangs and guns and stuff like that. But if they don't have nothing constructive to do with their time, then they got a lot of free time on their hands to actually to get caught up into doing violent crimes.
Right. That's when they have to make that choice. And there's, for whatever reason, there's a pull to the crime for some people. Organizers with the Violence Interrupters, they say that violence is a learned behavior that can be unlearned. Do you agree with that?
I totally believe that, because I feel like everything that, like, it's what you practice, what you see. You know, if my kids see me working out all the time, then she's going to be addicted to, she's going to be more likely to work out because that's what she sees all the time. You know, and kids gravitate to what they think is the cool thing to do, or they see that their parents doing, or they see in the streets or the neighborhood that they live in. And I totally think it's a choice. You know, it's a choice for them. But they really feel like they don't have a choice but to fall victim to being violent and stuff in the streets, because that's what they see.
So, Dale, let's talk about the possible solutions. I hear the word mentoring, conflict resolution. That all sounds really nice. But put that into practice. What does that actually mean out on the streets?
That means actually getting in the streets and actually doing the work, not just talking about it, you know, and sitting behind your desk and stuff like that. Like me, I'm out in the streets, I'm out in the neighborhoods, I'm sitting down talking with these kids, I'm giving them my experience, I'm telling them the things that I've been through, you know, so they don't go through those same things. And I let them know, like, I know what you're going through, but like, there's a better way. And I feel like the things that I do and the things that I show them a better way that they can live their life, because even if they don't graduate from college or they don't have a college degree, they still can become successful and not be in the streets. Mm-hmm. So my thing is really getting out there and really showing the people. And sometimes it takes someone that looks like them for them to understand, because sometimes if just an average Joe go out there talking to them like, you know, the streets ain't for you, be violent. Like, they go like, you don't understand what I'm going through. But if you got somebody that actually look like them and know what they're going through, then they're more in tune to listen to you. Right. Because I've been there, I've been done that.
Share your story. So what is your story? Tell us about your past and what was your turning point?
Well, I actually spent 10 years in federal prison. And my turning point was, I had to tell my youngest son that was 6 years old that I was going to be gone for 10 years. And then just to see him tear up, that I'm not going to be able to take him to football practice in Chuck E. Cheese or just go shopping with him or just do the little things. Like, that was my turning point. When I walked away from that glass, I told him, like, I'm going to come back a better man. I'm going to come back a better role model, a better father, a better person for my community, because I know that my community looked up to me. And I know that I can make a difference.
Do you have any success stories now that you're on the other side, that you've talked to youth who are having to make that choice in their lives? They hear your story
well, I
and
actually
experience.
have one in my own household, because my son both of my sons actually, my oldest son actually has ended up graduating from Eastern Kentucky with a criminal justice degree. Wow. And then my youngest son actually is the football star for the University of Kentucky, which is probably actually great to go to the NFL. You know, so I use my story and tell them what not to do, versus that they can see, like, I gave them the perfect example of what not to do in life.
Yeah.
You know, I use my story to tell them all the time. I told them the truth. And now we have this one kid that actually his parents are actually incarcerated, and we actually put him in karate. And he has gained like 13 belts in like the last 8 months. And he has a goal to say, I'm gonna be a black belt. And, just know this, hearing him say that I have a goal is a major thing.
Right.
We're not gonna save them all, but can I save one? Can I save two? There's gonna be one or two that slip through the cracks, but my job is to at least save one. I did my job, I saved one.
Sounds like you've saved more than one. Congratulations on your boys. That's exciting. Before I let you go, Dale, where do police fit into all of this? I mean, the conversation nationwide about police, more police, less police, where can they help?
I just really feel like that. Well, let me say this. I had to change my way of thinking too, because I have an actual police officer, actually the coach at my gym. And me coming from the streets and having a police at my gym, that is a total change. And I actually have a police officer on our board for our foundation. And I feel like that the police need to get out into the community and build a relationship. Not just show up when there's crime, show up there when there's good things going on, when they be at the park, get out there and just interact with the kids so they know that, they're not the enemy, they there to help. Sometimes the police don't do that. And that's the thing. You gotta build their relationship so they can have some form of trust, So if you don't got that trust, then they're not gonna trust you.
Right.
Because and the neighborhoods that we grew up in, we was taught not to trust the police. Mm-hmm. I had to actually change my way of thinking so I can get a better outcome.
You have a powerful message. I hope people are hearing it tonight. Dale Robinson, as I said earlier, turning a life of crime into a life of promise, not just for yourself, but for your family and for others. I really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And for you at home, make sure that you come and join us next week right here on News Nation Prime, because we're going to focus in on this topic a little bit more. We've got a series of reports for you as we dig into the issue of violent crime in so many of our cities and towns and communities. Correspondent Brian Enton will have our very first report. He's going to be focusing on all of these smash and grabs that you have been seeing at department stores and also small businesses. It is having an especially difficult impact on them. So make sure to tune in for that on Monday night, only on Prime. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.